What's up, guys? Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. And as you know, it is my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. What's up, y'all? Hi. I am officially shooting this on July 1st. Don't know when you'll see. You more than likely will see it on probably the 3rd, maybe even the 2nd. Who knows? Y'all know I don't edit. I said that on the last video. And maybe I should, but I don't have time. I have other creative avenues that I need to venture into and keep going. So eventually I will get an editor. Um, okay, I'm just gonna let me not even go there. My mind is just doing a lot of moving right now. But so before we get started, I wanted to talk about something very important. I have been in passing mentioning my upcoming book, right? I have a book coming up in February of 2026, just in time for Black History Month. I don't know what my daughter is doing. If you're hearing noises, it's her. But I have a free ebook coming out. I'm not going to do too much yet. I just want to introduce you guys to it. Of course, it's going to be a PDF. It's a free ebook, and it is called the Black Unity Starter Kit. It's 7 actionable practices to strengthen our community, reclaim our power, and promote peace. Okay, by yours truly, Jay Lovelii. Again, it's going to be FREE free. This is going to be coming out next month, August the 8th. Okay, so you'll be able to get access to that. I'll talk more about that close to the date. But if you are not following me, please just go ahead and follow me so you'll be first to know when it's coming out. But anyway, I have a saying. I have a saying, and I just came up with this saying maybe a few months ago. And the saying is, don't attack the truth teller, attack the truth and make it better. And the reason I created that saying is because I find that a lot of people, instead of being upset that the truth teller has a certain truth to tell, they're upset with the truth teller. They come at the messenger. And I guess the best example of this would be how Black women are consistently treated in the Black community. Because let's be for real. I'm a talk about a lot of different things, but I want to start there because my experience is as a Black woman, where yes, I could go out here and talk about racism all day, and then I have Black men and other people in my comments like, yeah, 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 that's right, yes, sis, yeah, eradicate racism, yes. But the minute I started talking about misogyny and sexism, then I have people, not just men, but people challenging those thoughts. When I talk about queer phobia, transphobia, homophobia, I have a lot more people trying to challenge those thoughts. And what is uncanny about these things to me is they'll say stuff to make me feel like I'm the godless person because I'm condoning certain behaviors from people that I guess shouldn't be behaving a certain way, whatever, it's not up for us to decide. But I'm like, why y'all don't have the same smoke for Jesus? Because y'all claim to follow him, but Jesus he didn't do this, right? He wasn't like that. He wasn't homophobic. You're crazy if you think Jesus was homophobic. That man washed the whore's feet. You think he was a homophobe? He didn't he didn't care about that. I promise y'all. And I say this like this. I've said this before. I don't know for sure if Jesus was a real man. At this point, it doesn't even matter if he was a real man or not. We made him real. He's a real story. He's a real example. I feel like people should model their life after because he was not with all this nonsense. He wasn't. He was not with all this division. He was the shake the table type. Like a lot of y'all think y'all love Jesus so much, but if he came today, because he lives in a lot of us, the people that y'all want to ignore. Because if he came today, he would sound like me. He would sound like a lot of the motherfuckers who are telling y'all to do away with Christianity. He would be telling y'all that, and y'all would be like, "How the fuck you Jesus, and you telling me not to follow you?" And that's saying to telling you to not follow Christianity is not saying don't follow Christ. But even still, I don't think Christ really wanted. Just from maybe I'm misinterpreting the Bible wrong again, but I don't think he really gave a fuck about people following him in that sense. He wanted people to honor his father, honor God, honor earth, honor each other. It's kind of very simple. You know how children are? You know how children love everybody? You know how children don't give a fuck what race you are? They just want to know if you're fun, right? They want to know if you're going to be a good person to them. You're going to be fun with them. You're going to treat them fun. You treat them well. You're going to have a good time. That's all they give a fuck about. And I find myself being childlike, but because I'm an adult, I can't experience it like a child because I'm not ignorant. I can't be as blissful as a child because, again, ignorance is bliss. Because when these children grow up and they realize the type of world that they are living in, it sucks the joy out of you to grow up. You realize and you forget what you were like as a child, right? So that being said, when it comes down to it, I feel like people have a aversion to the truth. People have a aversion to authenticity. Um, and I don't, as a psychologist, I can't even really say that I fully understand it. Excuse me. I could give y'all every psychological reason. I could, you know, trace the behavior down to a pathology. I could break it down all the way, but I don't fully understand it, you know, because I've always been someone who was an honest person. Yeah, granted, I told a lie too. Who hasn't? That's how you know I'm honest, because I'm tell you, I've lied before and probably will lie again, you know? But I think I am one of those people that live in the 80 to 90% truth throughout my entire life. Because again, my entire life is a large span, right? And I'm not even done living. So I know there's times where I lied to myself, you know? Because again, the truth is not a pretty thing. Nobody likes the truth as much as they claim. You motherfuckers get so mad when people say what's wrong. And instead of going to fix what's wrong, you're mad at the people saying this was wrong. Like, again, when I do speak out against certain things, especially racism, and sexism, those two things primarily, instead of people being upset that I even have to tell the truth, they're upset that I am telling the truth. Like, why would I, a black woman, be happy to say that black men are doing the things that they do, right? I'm not even going to go in because the conversation is not about black men, but I'm just saying as an example. But some of the things that they are doing, right? Men in general, but I'm just limited to black men because this is my community. I get a lot of backlash when I say these things. And I'm not the only one, of course. We all do. Whoever it is who speaks like I do, who's trying to advocate, who's trying to hold people accountable, who's trying to move our community forward, literally not just talking that shit, but literally walking the walk. That's what this free ebook is about to be about. This is what my upcoming book is about to be about. This is what everything for the rest of my life is really about to be about, right? I done got really centered into what my purpose is. I knew my purpose was always this, but I didn't know it was like this. Okay. So y'all used to get people used to be mad at Malcolm. People used to get mad at Martin. People used to get mad at shit motherfuckers. It was still some motherfuckers who thought what Nat Turner was doing was bullshit. What Harriet Tubman was doing was bullshit. It was black people who really was against these people who decided that they wanted to take their freedom literally. And my question is always this: whose side are you really fucking on? Because, excuse me, the complexities of racism and sexism. Matter of fact, I was just having this conversation with my daughter. My daughter, she'll soon be 13 next month. Literally a month from tomorrow, she'll be 13. And she we have really deep conversations about certain things. And I find it very surprising again that there's a lack of historical reference that when I was in elementary school, I was taught that she's not taught. So we know that they're trying to erase history. I'm not allowing that to happen. So I was having a conversation with her and I told her, as much as we want to fight racism, sexism has been around longer than racism. And I have to pause there because a lot of people will deny that, though it is historical. I'm not saying that it's always been like that because there was a time where it's debatable, of course, because we don't know all the pieces of history. But there was a time where it was debatable that women would thrive in their own communities without man. And there's a time where it didn't even matter if a woman was a woman or a man or was a man. It was just about their capabilities as a leader. Who led didn't matter. The gender didn't matter when it came to who led, right? So again, there there's a complexity though, because as a black woman, you have to deal with that intersection and you have to learn the history that the slave trade and sex trafficking basically was the same shit. Because we could go back to thousands and thousands of years ago before Christ, and women were being used as bartering tools. Women were used as basically, a means to get what men wanted from other men. Hey, I got my daughter here. Hey, I got my sister here. If you marry her, we can come together and do this. Or, hey, I have a concubine here. I want to sell her to you. Let's do business with this. And women really didn't have a choice in anything. And there are some places that are still just like this. That's what people are not getting. There are some places where women are literally still basically enslaved in 2025. And we are talking about what Black people have gone through or still going through. At least some of us have been freed in a physical sense, but a lot of women are not, depending on where they are, especially in, dare I say, Muslim communities. I talk a lot about Christianity because, again, I used to be a Christian, but we can't negate how the Muslim community, which is kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? A response, I think, to Christianity. I feel like Islam was a response to Christianity. I hate to say that and laugh, but it's like, ooh, tit for tat, kind of like, oh, you got your religion, ooh, I got mine. Here we go. And that's why Christians and Muslims have this long, drawn out fight for thousands and thousands of years. You hear what I'm saying? Where there's a lack of freedom in both. And I think those are the two most divisive religions that we could talk about. Christianity, which is a large umbrella and subset of so many different religious entities and, you know, branches or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I know the word, but it's not coming to my brain right now because I don't care too much. But denominations and stuff, it's like we have to realize that as much as we talk about Christianity, look, like I said, Islam is right there too. They don't, it's not that much better. I promise you. Now, I will say that I think in general that Muslim people tend to be nicer than Christians. But I still, yeah, they still have their problems, right? So, the truth though, let's get a little deeper. If I tell you all your flaws, like if I tell you, whoever you watching, of course you might not know me for real, and I probably don't know you for real. But if I knew you and I just was having this casual conversation with you, and I just started listing out every flaw of yours, not even just casually, I'm not necessarily trying to berate you. I'm just saying, hey, your eyes crooked. Matter of fact, let's talk about me. I don't give a fuck. You got a lazy eye. Your nostrils a little lopsided. Ooh, I think I got a book in my nose too. Your nostrils a little see, your nostrils a little lopsided. Um, what else? That's how I kind of fuck with me. I don't I don't have a lot of negative things to say about how I look or let's just leave it at the physical because I'm not finna go into the personal stuff. Let's just say I say that about I'm just saying it about myself, right? Or let's just say somebody else. Let's just say you say that to me. If I get upset, that means I'm upset with the truth. You just told me the truth. Granted, I might not have asked. Granted, it might have been misplaced for whatever reason you telling me. But should I really just be mad because you told me the truth? Of course, context matters, but I'm just saying. Or if I ask you for advice and you give it to me in a way where it's truthful, you telling me, hey, the reason you're not getting to where you want to get to is because you got a fucked up mindset. See how brash that is? But what if my mindset really is fucked up? And most of the time, when you ain't where you want to be, it is because your mindset is fucked up. The inner reflects the outer. But if somebody said that to me, I could get mad at that. But why would I get mad at that if they telling me the truth, especially if I ask for the advice? And it's just this thing where we want to I can't remember. I forgot the term, but it's a term for it where oh my god, it's something permanence. Jesus, it's a term for it where you're comfortable, right? Just to define it. Say you're comfortable being who you are, the way you are. Maybe you're comfortable with the world around you. Who knows, right? But there's a comfort that you are, I guess, habitat. Hey, Jesus, you are living in, right? There's a comfort zone that you're living in. And what we do as humans instinctively is we try to reinforce that comfort zone because when you step outside of it, fear starts to erupt. Anxiety, all of that, the fight or flight system starts to come into play. And what happens when someone is honest and they're holding us accountable because the accountability requires truth. When they are holding us accountable with the truth and we don't want to hear it, it is because we are trying to reinforce that comfort zone we are living in. You get what I'm saying? It's a survival tactic. That is why people can't handle the truth because it's uncomfortable. It requires a deeper self analysis that a lot of people are running from. Like I said in my last full form video last week, when it came to the spiritual girlies, a lot of spiritual girlies, like I said, who left Christianity, went to spirituality, went back to Christianity, they were afraid to see themselves. And it's because the truth, spirituality can't get any more true. Religion is not true. I want y'all to know that. There are lies within religion. There's lies everywhere, right? So I'm not saying, oh, you being spiritual don't mean you gonna run into lies. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the reason is more truth and spirituality is because it's more freedom to question things, and there's more freedom to explore. It's more freedom to be like, oh, this not resonate with me, and I'm not practicing that, or I'm not believing that. Versus when you are in a religion, there's a strict belief system, ritual that you're supposed to follow. It's strict. And if you venture off, that means you really are not as Muslim as you say you are. You're really not as Christian as you say you are. You know what I'm saying? There's no freedom. So when you are afraid of the truth, you're gonna run back to what's comfortable. Religion is gonna be comfortable for all of us because it's an indoctrination. It's a programming that many majority of us have been immersed in. You didn't even pick your religion when you came to this world. And by default, you probably were a Christian. So you had no choice but to follow Jesus. But what if you had a choice? Because see, I said this last time, I keep saying this, it's because it's so true. It took me leaving Christianity to actually start really fucking with Christ, to be more like I'm more Christian than most Christians, and I'm not even Christian. And the main thing that stops me from saying that I am a Christian is not even other Christians, because I could give a fuck less. The main thing is I don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God any more than you or I am a daughter or you are a son or daughter of God. I don't think that I just don't believe in that. The Holy Trinity represents a lot of different things. It represents not only the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. It represents mind, body, and spirit, because your mind is on a different plane, then your body is on a different plane, and then your spirit is on a different plane, and everything still meets here in this physical realm some type of way inside your body. You feel me? So a lot of that can be mirrored in a spiritual way too. So, anyway, this is a whole nother topic. But people are afraid of the truth. People don't like the truth. People would rather attack the people who tell the truth. That's what they did to Jesus. Since we talking about it, that's what they did to him. They did the exact same thing to him. So when y'all are going out your way to attack people who they may be going against what you were taught is a moral compass that everybody should have, but they're promoting unity. If I'm telling you, hey, it costs you nothing to love your neighbor. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to not give a fuck about if somebody's black, white, Italian, Chinese. It costs you nothing to not give a fuck who somebody's having sex with. It costs you nothing to not give a fuck. Really, it's actually easier. It's so much more easier for me to not care that somebody is a homosexual or transsexual. I don't give a fuck. Are you, again, like I said, how children approach humans, I approach humans the same way. Are you a good person? Are you gonna do me dirty? Are you gonna make me laugh? Are you a good time? Because that's all I give a fuck about. I don't even give a fuck about how you see me. I'm gonna find out. But I think I'm gonna end on that note. Damn, I only been talking for 24 minutes. That's crazy. It's very short for me. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I would like to say? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Let's talk about a part of my book. And it is the first practice of the seven actionable practices to strengthen our community, reclaim our power, and promote peace. And the first practice is affirm yourself in your blackness. So I have a couple of quotes here. It says, I am the offspring of my ancestors' power, love, and revolution. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. We heard that before. I am the voice of my ancestors that couldn't speak. I made that up. I ain't never heard nobody say that, but maybe somebody else has said it before. And it's just about every day you should affirm yourself and other people in their blackness. We have to promote more unity within our community more than ever right now, because it seems as though all these thousands and thousands of years of white supremacy is starting to weaken. And I want y'all to understand that anti-blackness is the result of white supremacy. So as a black person, you can't be anti-black. And anti-blackness is meaning that you think that only certain types of black people deserve justice, equal rights, so on and so forth. You can't be like that, because that's basically doing the oppressor's job. I tell y'all all the time, a lot of black people are white supremacists. A lot of black people are white supremacists. A lot of y'all just the white is just silent. You're a supremacist. I keep saying supremacist. Supremacist. I think that's just because I'm from the South. That tongue, boy, I tell y'all that Southern tongue. Ask a person from the South if they feel like they got a lazy. We got lazy tongues, period. But yes, you are. A lot of black people are white supremacists, and they don't know it again because the white is silent. So we have to affirm ourselves, right? And I say here, never allow this world to make you feel shame in what God created you to be. You are black on purpose. Your dark or darker skin, your African features, your hair, it is all beautiful. Black is beautiful. Don't allow the Eurocentric standards in the world to keep you from loving yourself in full. Period. Pooh. And on that note, I am out of here. Again, please follow me. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. So you can know when this book is coming out and all my other upcoming endeavors. I'm just getting started. Like, before I end, I want to make this a little bit personable. I'm just getting started. I have revamped and pivoted and pivoted and pivoted. And the only reason I pivot is because I just be feeling like, oh, this is not right. Something is missing. I can't fully connect to what I'm doing. I can't ask something. I don't know what it is, right? Because I knew, hey, I'm supposed to be doing something related to this. And I always knew it had to be two black people, primarily black female or femme types. But I was like, oh, but something is missing. And I realized I was not being as authentic as I could be, because I was listening to people. Yeah, I was listening to people who made it, who were successful, but they kind of guided me to be less of myself and more of an image. I don't want to do that. I'm not fake, bruh. My vulnerability is my superpower. You knowing the things that you know about my background is my superpower. It helps people to connect. And I actually feel like I do need to make more personal stories. It's been a while since I made personal stories on my YouTube and other channels. So I think that was the message that I just got at the end of this video. Anywho, I love you guys. If you watch all the way through, you are a real ass motherfucker. I hope you get all the things that God has in store for you, friend. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end on this journey. And I again love you guys. Thanks.